All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahawashi, Ba'Shem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith and truth and sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom unto you. And Yahawashi is the model of humility. When you sit back and think about the things that he had to go through, he is our model. He is, you know how people in the world have idols? Well, that's the way that you're supposed to look at Yahawashi. If you love Michael Jackson so much, you got some people who, remember when he used to go to concerts, he could just stand still and people would pass out. That's how Yahawashi should be to you. He is the standard, especially for us in this ministry, because he is the only begotten son, grew up in the Roman Empire. He didn't make himself of no reputation. Every time that the people try to make him a king, he disappeared because he had work to do. So this is why you shouldn't be trying to get any glory. You shouldn't be trying to be the man. You should be looking at Yahawashi. You know how the world say, what would Jesus do? Well, it's what would Yahawashi do? All right. So I want to start off with this. So this is when Yahawashi was getting handed over to the Romans by wicked ass Israelites who was jealous. So I'm just going to start from here. Pilate then went out unto them and said, what accusation bring you against this man? Then answering said unto him, if he were not a malefactor, which means a criminal or a sinner, which we all know that our Lord was perfect, we would have not delivered him up unto you. Then said Pilate unto them, take ye him and judge him according to your law. The Jews therefore said unto him, it is not lawful for us to put any man to death, which means that this shows that we was not in control in the Roman Empire, but the Roman Empire, allowed us to keep our laws, and to be an Israelite. But to put people to death, you had to go to the Romans to get permission. And it said that the saying of Yahawashi might be fulfilled, which he spake, signifying what death he should die. So he was faithful to the cross from a baby until, as they say, 32, 33 years old. He was faithful to the cross. All he did was preach and heal the sick. All right. And also edify the Father. Everything he said, he gave the Father credit. So that's why everything that you should be doing is giving Yahweh Ba'Shem in the name of Yahawashi. All right. Because the reason that we are able to do what we do is because of him. Then Pilate entered into the judgment hall again and called Yahawashi and said unto him, art you the king of the Jews? Yahawashi answered him, sayest thou this thing of yourself, or did others tell it you of me? Pilate answered, I am a Jew, your own nation, and the chief priests have delivered you unto me, which has done. And that's the wicked ass Levites. So the reason I said that is because you still got people thinking that, oh, I'm a Levi, I'm special. The Lord said that we all, talk about all the nations, going to be kings and priests. And the Levitical priesthood is done away with because of what Yahawashi did. And in the kingdom, it ain't going to be no, Levitical priesthood, you got to go to the priest. Because first of all, you was there on our behalf to go to the Lord and also to offer sacrifices for us for sins. We're not going to sin. We're not going to need a temple. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi is going to be there. We're going to be able to see the Lord face to face, man. So that's why I said what I said. So anyways, so it says, what has you done? Yahawashi answered, my kingdom is not of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight, that I should not be delivered to the Jews, but now is my kingdom not from hence. So imagine Yahawashi, who could call legions of angels to come and destroy all of y'all. He humbled himself. Another thing that I get out of our Lord's story, Yahawashi, he literally came down here in sinful flesh and conquered it. That's why we able to have access back to the Father. He was the perfect sacrifice. He know what it's like to go through the mental thoughts, the infirmities of the flesh. Because Yahawashi, when he was Yahawashi and he was on the earth, he asked the Lord, can this cup pass? He even got, when he was on the cross, he even said, Father, why have you forsaken me? So that's the flesh talking. That's weakness. Something that we go through. So that's why when you go to Hebrews 4:14, say we have a high priest that can be touched by the feelings of our infirmities. Because he was down here. He went through the same mental struggles that we go through. But he was still obedient. So that's why he's the man. And he is our model to follow after. And it says, Pilate therefore said unto him, are you a king then? Yahawashi answered, you sayest that I am a king. To this end was I born, and for this cause I came into the world, that I should bear witness unto truth. Everyone that is of the truth hear my voice. So, a mouthful he just said. So you see, basically he just told Pilate, hey, this is what I'm here for. And while I'm here, I'm going to fulfill the will of my Father. All right. I came down here to be a perfect sacrifice, and I came down here to bear witness to truth, and those who are able to receive it is going to receive it. We are in the same stead outside of being crucified. We was born, whoever is a prophet, a believer, we was born to teach the word in truth and sincerity, and to stand stiffly in the face of affliction until the end. All right. Believers, because everybody is not a prophet. You got to walk in the earth with integrity, keep the law to the best of your ability. All right. That applies to the prophets too, but we just have to teach also. So, so Yahawashi, he came down here, did what he had to do. He wrapped his mind around it. We got to wrap our mind around it. That's why when you go to 2 Esdras 14:13, it said, flee from mortal thoughts. That's the cares of this world. F this world. This world is temporary. We're trying to enter into everlasting life. So let's get into some more. Yahawashi is the model of humility. And I don't want to make this video too long, but it's all up to the Spirit. And Yahawashi said unto him, friend, wherefore are you come? Then came they and laid hands on Yahawashi and took him. So this is when Judas Iscariot, delivered him to the chief priest, scribes, and the Roman centurion. All right. And behold, one of them which were with Yahawashi stretched out his hand, drew his sword, struck a servant of the high priest, and smote off his ear. That's a surgical strike. All right. And it said, then said Yahawashi unto him, put up your sword into his place, for all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword. That's where you get the saying from. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Thinkest thou that I cannot pray to my Father? He shall presently give me more than 12 legions of angels. If I'm not mistaken, I think a legion is anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000. All right. So 12 times 7 is 84,000. 12 times 5 is 60,000. And remember, one angel could destroy the earth. So that's overkill. And Yahawashi could have did it. He could have been like, fuck this shit. Y'all wicked ass niggas. I ain't about to die for y'all. real talk though, because look how the so-called leadership of of the nation was doing. He cussed them out. Matthew 23 is the cuss out of the leadership. How they hypocrites. How they look good on the outside, but inwardly they as ravenous wolves. But he still has suckling babes out there, man. So, but how then shall the scriptures be fulfilled? So that's the mindset that you have to have. That's humility. Understanding that, hey, this is my lot. I got to go through it. Everybody's lot is different, but we all go through the same things. And number one is the fight of the flesh, and also trying to keep the faith to the end, while having all the vexation, the wickedness around you. You even got temptation around you. All right. So, but then shall the scripture be fulfilled that thus it must be. In that same hour said Yahawashi to the multitudes, are you come out against a thief with swords and stave for to take me? So Yahawashi had to tell him, like, what you got all this swords and weapons for? It's just little old me. That because they knew the power of him. And the leadership was jealous of him. In John 11, 47, 48, it said, we got to do something with Yahawashi because the people going to start to look at him as a leader, and we're going to lose our place in the Roman Empire. We're going to lose our seat as a seat of authority. That's what they was talking about. Wicked ass man. It's a lock for my language, man, but hey, I'm passionate. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Hey. But are you come out against a thief with swords and staves for to take me? I sat daily with you, teaching in the temple, and ye laid no hold on me. So he telling, like, you coming to me with all these weapons. You know all I did was teach in the temple daily. But all this was done that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled. Then all the disciples forsook him and fled. All right. And that was for a reason. Because you know how the story of Yahawashi told Peter that you will deny me 3 times before the cock crow. It's a double lesson in that. Because number one, if Peter would have said, no, I'm not, if Peter would have said, you know what, no, I'm not going to deny you, Lord, even that's what he said. But the Lord said you are. So say if he didn't, he would have died with Yahawashi. He had to be the leader of the church that lead the ministry. That's why the Lord did it that way. That's the more deeper meaning. Also, the other meaning, the surface level meaning, don't say what you ain't gonna do, but pray that you don't do it. All right. That's why we always say, we could pray to our face. I mean, we could preach to our face turn blue, talk about what we ain't gonna do. We ain't gonna take the mark of the beast. We're gonna stare it in the face of death. No, you pray to the Lord that he give you strength that you can. See, Peter was just like, no, I'm not. Don't tell the Lord what you ain't gonna do. He'll show you something. All right. He'll make you look like a fool. But the main reason is for he could be the head of the church and start the ministry. All right. Because if he would have died, the Lord said, I set my church upon you. If he would have died, then the ministry would have crumbled, because that's not the way the Lord intended for somebody else to be the head. He had to be the head. But I should make a video on that to go in deeper to that. So to end it on these sets of scriptures, remember, Yahawashi is the model of humility. So it said, look not, I could really start from 1, but just for the sake of time. Look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. So that means don't be worrying about just yourself. Worry about the people that's around you. All right. Let this mind be in you, which was also Hamashiach Yahawashi, the only begotten Son, the King, the Alpha and Omega. All right. The beginning and the end was washing the disciples' feet, man. That's humility. Who being in the form of the Most High thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High. All right. Because he was telling them. That's why they kept saying he was blaspheming. But he was just telling the truth. He is the judge. He ain't the ultimate judge. But the Lord said in John 5:22 that the Father have committed all judgment unto the Son. For the Father judge of no man. Yahawashi is the judge. He is our mediator. So it said, but made himself of no reputation and took upon, like, Yahawashi had all the power. He could just be floating in the air, going in circles, doing backflips, saying, look at me. like an NIGGA would if he had that power right now. All right. Walking through buildings, you know what I'm saying? Teleporting over here, teleporting over there. You know what I'm saying? This wilding out. But no, he came in the form of a servant, but he had all power though. Imagine that. We don't even got power, and you got niggas acting like he the best thing since the color TV, man. So it says, who being in the form of the Most High thought it not robbery to be equal with the Most High, but made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was like made in the likeness of men. It came through a man and a woman having sex, born into the earth like everybody have been born into the earth. Nothing special about it. All right. But this is the only begotten. All right. This is the begotten son of Yahweh, man. He is the head of the church. He is the head of everything. Through him, the Father made everything. And he was born in captivity. And being found and fashioned as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto the death, even unto the death of the cross, which shows you that, the mind that's in Yahawashi should be in you. If you have to take death, got to be obedient unto it. And whoever is supposed to take death, it's going to be good anyway, because it's already written. The Lord's going to put the spirit on you to do it. So don't worry. Don't allow Satan in the flesh to F with your mind. So it says, even the death of the cross, wherefore the Most High also have highly exalted him and given him a name which is above every name. So even though we ain't gonna never have the status of Yahawashi and be the only begotten, but if we go through our course, we will be exalted. Remember, Yahawashi said, and that's in the days to come, Yahawashi said we're gonna be able to do things greater than what he was doing when he was on the earth. All right. So imagine being a part of the 144,000, man. So we have to be obedient to our course. Lord willing, I'm part of that number, man. And it said that the name of Yahawashi, every knee shall bow, of things in heaven and things in earth and things under the earth. So the point of this video is to show you that how the Lord's humility gave him everything. All right. When you go to John 17, the prayer, now he's back in his glory for the sacrifice that he did. We're trying to enter into the glory for the sacrifice we're going to have to go through. And that every tongue should confess that Yahawashi HaMashiach is Lord, the glory of the Most High the Father. All right. So Yahawashi, he is the model of humility. He went through what he had to go through. Now he in his glory. So we got to keep that same mindset for we can enter into our glory by being humble, going through whatever the Lord going to put us through. The Lord said he would never leave us nor forsake us. So all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi and Shalom.